Hello, I'm OmnusI, your game master this evening here in my lair. Boys and girls, children of all ages. I am Rob, master of the Lair of OmnusI, sitting in my usual throne of power where I game master for my playing group, my friends, and occasionally OmnusI himself. So, why am I making this video? In case you haven't noticed, we've gone through an August where I've been doing a video every day. A short little video as OmnusI, and a few other characters along the way. But prior to August, my production had been a bit lackluster, and there's kind of a reason for it. My life is a little hectic. Used to have a very predictable schedule for over a year, which led to me having 3 days off at a time, which made it relatively easy to schedule time for me to shoot video, to edit it, to write, and do everything that I needed to do for it, and then publish out the video on Friday, my last day off. Well, I've changed jobs. Now I work a 5-day schedule instead. My nights are now open, which is good, because I can get a little bit of work done every night. However, during the summer, my son is not the quietest person. While he's up, it's very difficult for me to shoot video. And since he doesn't sleep until later, my video time has been fairly limited, which is unfortunate because I really enjoy making Lair of OmnusI videos for all of you. And I have so many ideas and so many things I'd like to do. So, school is coming up. His bedtime gets shorter. I get more time for videos. So coming up, Lair of OmnusI will be making a glorious resurgence, a renaissance of sorts, to which I have been investing in the lair and getting more toys and designing more characters and new things that I want to do. However, to keep things fresh, I've had some ideas. And those are going to be fairly straightforward. Going forward, I'm going to be doing one Lair of OmnusI video per month. Now, that sounds like take the subscription off, it's not worth waiting for. Well, I like to think that it is worth waiting for, but I understand that once a month, 12 videos a year is not going to be a great deal. Lair of OmnusI was up to 20 levels, and we were doing quite well. There have been some detours, but the Lair of OmnusI will continue. That is the important thing. Number two, I understand that maybe not everybody is interested in the same things. I would always like to diversify to include as many people in the activities of the Lair of OmnusI. And there's a lot of personal interests that I myself have as I design games, as I react to things that are happening in my social circles, different events or conflicts or strife that comes up that needs to be addressed or should be addressed. Things that my Lair of OmnusI is something I hang a banner on and I can put up and say, if you want me to exhaustively go into a topic, here it is. Speaking of which, some of those earlier ones I really want to revisit too. As I've matured as a creator, as I have matured as a person who thinks more in depth with these kind of things, I'd like to take another crack at a couple of those earlier ones. The critical strikes just weren't sufficient, so That being said, the Lair of OmnusI will continue. I will also be doing new pieces as well. I have one in mind going over the science of the game, breaking down systems, exploring nooks and crannies of different games, including doing detailed analysis on various games. People who are fans of particular games or are interested in game design themselves may find some use from this. It also it's a personal passion of mine. Over all the games that I've studied and run, I always enjoy looking into a new system, even if the system is rubbish. It's interesting to crawl inside the head of the person who created it and figure out, yeah, that's what they were thinking. Maybe they didn't care about detail here. Maybe they didn't care about this, or maybe they didn't foresee this, but there's an intent that was originally behind it. No matter how bad the game was, the person who created it did it to address some need they had to put into a game. So that's going to be one thing. Another thing that I'm going to be doing is talking about different styles of gaming. I've decided I kind of want to roll around in the old school rules set a little bit. And to do that, I've come up with a historical persona that you guys might enjoy. So, and in addition to that, one other thing that I wanted to do was create another series that goes over current games or games that I run up against and kind of dive into small segments of it. Like, creating a character and thinking about things like optimization or why not to optimize in certain things. All the while sprinkling my own thoughts and experiences into it. But, quite honestly, I haven't gotten a lot of feedback from you, my viewers. And as always, I am at your disposal. I really would enjoy working on whatever you tell me to do. But these are 3 different facets that I would like to kind of branch out and explore in different videos. So the way I'm thinking is 1 or 2 Lair of OmnusI videos a month, then 1 based on game systems and designs, 1 that's based on studying a particular aspect. Primarily starting out, it's going to be going over different classes in various role-playing games, breaking down different strategies, different mindsets, things like that. And then finally going into old school rules and helping people to find approaches if you're curious about what old school rules are like and all you've had experience with are modern, more narrative style role-playing games. I'm hoping that I can be of some service to you because I have played the gamut between old school and with expendable characters and a very vicious world just seeking to kill you, that we had to use every wit that we had to survive with our characters, all the way up to modern narrative games. And again, as I try as much as possible to be judgment-free and be as objective for you as I can, I'm going to give both sides a fair shake. I'm not saying old school is the best way of playing. It's certainly not the only way of playing, but I will, try to appeal to all people who would watch, either those who are curious or those who themselves enjoy the experience. In addition to that, somewhere along the way, I intend to do more critical pieces, little flashes and blurbs based on whatever is sticking in my craw at that particular moment, which I kind of feel a need to. I'd like to make more video responses to things. Maybe even more video responses than people might ask for. But I definitely have felt my passions for producing this kind of content to be a bit stymied lately. And look forward to seeing what I can come up with and how I can flex my creative muscles a little bit more. So, and I have a lot more costumes and characters in mind. I have different things that I want to play around with and experiment with. So, I still love my backdrop here and speaking to you from where I am a game master every week. It's a very comfortable, safe place for me, but there's other things to do. And I hope that you will join me here in the Lair of OmnusI as we explore those avenues together. As always, I love your feedback. Anything that you give me, I am starving for you to tell me what you think of my stuff. If you think it stinks, I want to know that you think it stinks. I'm curious. For those of you who've subscribed and are sticking with me, thank you. Thank you very, very much. But now is the time for you to rise up and realize you've got a game master, a creator at your beck and call. One person alone could leave me comments that I would constantly be reacting to and trying to satisfy that one person, or I could try to do what the majority of you wish to do. It's on you. There's not a lot of content creators out there who are so desperate that one person can get content on demand, but I would serve to satisfy if I can. And ultimately, when I lay my library of all my works down before you, I hope that what I do entertains you, that it continues to inspire, and that I give you something of real value. So, I am Rob here in my Lair of OmnusI. Those are my plans, and that is what I will be working for. I may not always succeed, but I will certainly try. We will begin with the Lair of OmnusI Renaissance coming up very, very soon, and I will attempt to get back to at least weekly content for you here on this channel, the Lair of OmnusI. Safe adventures.